The Interstellar Academy of Biological Sciences had never seen anything like it. Instructor Kale Veyron stood at the front of Lecture Hall 7, his 4 eyes scanning the roster projected above his desk. 17 species. 41 students. And 1 human. Cadet Mara Ellison sat in the 3rd row, completely unremarkable, by alien standards. No natural armor. No venom glands. No echolocation. No heat vision. She had 2 eyes, 10 fingers, and apparently a core temperature hot enough to alarm the climate sensors when she'd first walked through the door. Kale had been skeptical when the Academy admitted her. He'd said as much to the board. Humans are Deathworlders in name only, he'd argued. Their planet is categorized Class 4 hostile. But they lack the biological tools to justify that classification. They are soft. The board had overruled him. Diversity of perspective, they said. Academic inclusion, they said. Fine. He would observe. He would let the curriculum weed her out naturally. The assignment for week 6 of xenobiology was clear: locate, observe, and document a native predator species from your home planet. Bonus marks awarded for live specimen interaction. Most students submitted digital recordings. The Threnny cadet from Sector 9 uploaded a holographic sweep of a bioluminescent ambush predator from his ocean moon. Impressive, everyone agreed. The Garethian twins presented a synchronized pack hunt video of something with 6 mouths. Mara Ellison submitted nothing on upload day. Kale noted this in his ledger with quiet satisfaction. As expected. Then she walked into class on presentation morning and set a sealed titanium crate beside the demonstration table. It was making a sound. A low, rhythmic sound. Not mechanical. Biological. 3 students in the front row immediately relocated to the back. Cadet Ellison, Kale said carefully, "What is in that container?" "My assignment," she said, adjusting the latches. "Is it alive?" "Very." Kale's secondary eyelids flickered, an involuntary stress reflex. He'd had 50 years of field experience with exotic fauna across 6 star systems. He did not consider himself easily unsettled. "Proceed," he said, because he was a professional. Mara opened the crate. What emerged was roughly the length of a grown Garethian's torso, covered in dense, tawny fur, with a skull architecture so dense with muscle that it barely looked like it should be able to move. It moved anyway, fluid, deliberate, sovereign in a way that made the room feel smaller. A low rumble emanated from deep within its chest. The Threnny cadet made a sound that no translation module could fully render. The Garethian twins were completely silent, which, for Garethians, was biologically unprecedented. "This," Mara said calmly, standing beside the creature as it sat and regarded the class with yellow eyes, "is a Panthera leo. Common name, African lion. Classification, apex terrestrial predator, home biome savanna, Earth." She reached down and scratched it behind the ear. It leaned into her hand and the rumble changed, deepened into something that resonated in the chest cavity of every organism in the room. "That sound," said a cadet from the back, "is it a threat display?" "No," said Mara. "That's purring. It means he's comfortable." Silence. "Comfortable," Kale repeated slowly, "in a room of 41 alien beings." "He's been raised around people," Mara said. She paused, seeming to weigh how much context to provide. "Around humans. He knows I'm safe." Kale looked at the animal. The animal looked at Kale. Its pupils contracted slightly. Its tail moved. Once. A slow, pendulum sweep. In his 50 years of fieldwork, Kale had encountered 16 apex predators across the galaxy. None of them had looked at him the way this one did, with the particular expression of a creature that had assessed him, found the interaction mildly interesting, and decided he wasn't worth the energy. Kale cleared his throat. "How did you transport it aboard the station?" Emergency transit permits for educational specimens, she said. Filed 3 weeks ago. You have to go through the Biological Customs Division, which is slow, but the forms aren't that complicated once you read them twice. And you simply brought a lion to the academy. You asked for a live specimen interaction, she said, and there was nothing combative in her voice. Just a mild, genuine confusion about why this was surprising. This is my highest scoring option. The bonus marks for live interaction seemed worth the logistics. The lion yawned. The yawn revealed teeth. Large, curved, engineered by several million years of evolution for the specific purpose of ending large mammals. The room leaned back involuntarily, a collective biological response that crossed species lines. Mara did not lean back. She handed the creature a chunk of something from a bag at her hip. He took it with the delicate precision of someone who knew he didn't have to show off. Does it respond to commands? Asked a cadet brave, or perhaps just deeply in denial. Mostly, said Mara. He's not a machine. He cooperates. She said the word like the distinction mattered, like cooperation was the more impressive achievement. His name is Solaris. Kale spent the next several minutes taking notes he had not planned to take. He wrote, specimen demonstrates full comfort in synthetic environment with 14 alien chemical signatures present. Handler interaction indicates deep mutual habituation. Predator shows no stress markers despite novel stimuli. Handler shows no fear markers whatsoever. He paused at that last sentence. He wrote it again, in a different color. Handler shows no fear markers whatsoever. After class, Kale found himself walking beside Mara as she guided Solaris down the corridor toward the transit bay. The lion walked at her left knee like a very large, very confident escort. You've had him long? Kale asked. Since I was 12, she said. His mother was rehabilitation released. He was born in a conservancy. You grew up with an apex predator. We have a lot of those, she said, without inflection, as if listing a minor inventory. Wolves, bears, crocodilians, multiple shark species, several large felids, a few things we technically made extinct and then brought back, which was a whole conversation, and then there's insects. Some of those are worse than the large predators, honestly. Kale stopped walking. Mara noticed, stopped too. Solaris sat down and regarded a wall panel with the focused interest of someone who'd spotted something moving behind it. You said you were concerned about humans in the program, Mara said quietly. Not accusatory. Just stating the fact. He looked at her. You heard that. The ventilation system on level 3 has a harmonic relay issue. You can hear the boardroom from the eastern stairwell. A pause. I don't have enhanced hearing. I just notice things. Kale was quiet for a moment. Then, I said humans lacked the biological tools. You weren't entirely wrong, she said. We don't have most of those tools. We have different ones. She looked at Solaris, who had determined the wall panel was not, in fact, interesting, and was now grooming a paw with patient methodical strokes. We domesticated the wolf. We made agreements with horses. We convinced an apex predator that our company was worth tolerating, and then we called that a relationship. We've been doing it for 30,000 years. She said it simply, not as a boast. As a plainly observed fact that she'd never had cause to dramatize, the way one doesn't dramatize breathing or walking. Kale looked at the lion. The lion looked at Kale again. That same calm, measuring gaze. This time Kale recognized what it was, not threat assessment. Not boredom. Acceptance. Baseline. Neutral. She taught it that I was safe, Kale thought, before I even walked into the room. That evening, Kale updated Mara Ellison's academic file. He changed her classification from non-standard Deathworld candidate, observation recommended to Deathworld cadet, full standing. Then he opened a separate document and stared at it for a long time before writing. humans are not the apex predator of their planet. They are something more concerning, the species that every apex predator decided to trust. They carry no natural weapons. They need none. They walk into a room full of teeth and emerge with a friend. The Deathworld did not make them dangerous. It made them patient. It made them adaptable. It made them the only species in the known galaxy that looks at something capable of killing them and thinks, I wonder if I could earn that. He saved the document. He filed it under Notes on Human Threat Assessment, Revised. Then he went back to the Academy common room, where Mara Ellison was sitting cross-legged on the floor with Solaris asleep across her legs, reading a xenobiology paper and absent-mindedly working her fingers through the lion's mane, and looking, Cale thought, like the most dangerous thing in the building.